Yo, what is going on, everyone? My name is Nico, the Notorious Fantasy. And in today's video, Tyler and I are bringing you guys a New York Football Giants 7-round mock draft. We are going to be taking the New York Football Giants and bringing them to their former glory days here in this draft. We're going to absolutely kill it for them to show you guys the best way the New York Football Giants can attack this draft. Now, I got a bunch of requests for other teams as well, a lot for the Washington Football Team. So there's a lot of Washington Football Team fans in the comment section, and we will be doing that once they get eliminated, whether that's this week, like we think there will be. Now, again, no hate to you. Maybe it'll be the week after. Who knows? Or maybe they win the whole goddamn thing. I highly doubt it, but you never know. So before we get into it, Tyler, do you have anything to say before we rebuild this whole Giants team?
Yeah, Washington fans, relax. We'll get to you next week when you're rightfully eliminated. Please clip that if I'm actually wrong and they don't get beat. That would be hilarious for Twitter. I know Chargers fans hate me. Let's go ahead and see if the Washington football team fans will hate me too. Um, Giants should be a fun team. A few needs that they got to cover. They're not there yet, but they're in an easy division and they have a chance to do some damage in this draft and find their selves climbing up and really developing a good team. They have some good pieces. Let's add a few more. Let's make this team back to the former glory that was the Eli Manning days. Come on, remember it? I don't.
I do. All right, so let's get into it again. The Giants, last year we actually did pretty good on the Giants mock draft. We actually got a lot of it correct, even though it was pretty easy to figure out what the Giants were going to do last year. So we begin the draft. You're going to have to scroll down real quick so I could tell everyone what has occurred. Oh, it's just kidding. The Raiders are calling the cell phone, but we're not going to accept anything here, I don't think.
Well, yeah. You see, I wish we were able to look at the board before we just saw this.
Just, just decline them. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm not taking either of those. Yeah, there you go.
All right, so scroll down real quick so I can tell the people who have went already in case people want to know. So at the numero uno pick, I would assume Trevor Lawrence followed by Justin Fields to the New York Football Jets. The Dolphins go with Micah Parsons, which makes
Wise.
absolutely no sense. At number 4, Zach Wilson to the Falcons. At 5, Penny Sewell to the Bengals. At 6, Jamar Chase to the Eagles. 7, Jaylen Waddle to the Lions. 8, Surtain, corner out of Alabama to the Carolina Panthers. Kwity Paye to the Broncos. And Caleb Farley to the Dallas Cowboys. So now we are up at number 11. Are we going to go ahead and take an electric tight end out of college like Evan Ingram? Or are we going to look for maybe to build up this line? Maybe Mr. JOK at the linebacker position? Maybe wide receiver? Who knows, Tyler? What are you thinking here?
Yeah. So my first thought was always to go defense. Unfortunately, two guys I really like for this fall. Uh, Actually, three or the past three picks, both Sertain, Pay, and Farley, all really really great selections here. Luckily, there's one more in my head of four that I would love to see the Giants get here in the second tier of defensive players. It's JOK. You're right. Fantastic linebacker, and we can kind of show you Giants fans what he's all about. 6'2", redshirt junior out of Notre Dame. The kid is fantastic. You watch games for Notre Dame, you just see him. You just do. You just see him all over the place. There's his little bio if you want to read over him. But again, just a fantastic tackler all over the field. Excellent linebacker. I think you need a dynamic playmaker like this on your defensive end. The Darius Leonard types. To really help elevate your squad. Yes, edge rush is needed. Does he provide kind of some help on the end, kind of like outside linebacker? Not really. But you got to develop the defense in any way possible. You grab the best value here. You good with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that. Now, some people say to go Rousseau, the guy from Miami, but apparently he's a little too raw, and I'm not too sure Joe Judge likes it raw. He seems like a real safe kind of a guy. So the New York Football Giants go ahead and make that pick right there. So they get themselves a nice linebacker to add to that defense. The Jets come a calling. The Jets are stupid. Just decline it, even though
Look at that
realistically they might
value.
do this in real life.
Look at that value.
No, they would do it in real life, but I mean, I would just decline it for the
So
sakes of the
we'll just
video.
do. We just won't do trades. We'll just do a clean mock then.
Yeah. So at number 43, we are bike up on the
Yeah.
board. Obviously, 7 zillion players have already came off the board. I'm not too sure if I want to read all them, but Tyler, you can just scroll down there. So like if people want to see.
Yeah. So I guess we'll just highlight it. So there's Trey Lance. That's beautiful.
Ooh, the
But
Dolphins go with ETN.
oh,
Weird.
that's fun. Gosh, I hate both of our picks now. Congrats. Washington getting a tight end is just jokes. You will not get Pitts when we draft. It's just not even realistic. Wyatt Davis, thank God.
Mac Jones to the Dallas
Oh, that's
Cowboys.
beautiful. Guys, this is the best thing that comes out of it. The Giants fans get a little laugh in this video. Congrats. The Cowboys have given up on Dak because Dak doesn't want to play for them. Um, we'll jab the Cowboys as many times as possible in this video just to give you guys a laugh. Also the Eagles. Fuck the Eagles.
Exactly. I know these Giants fans, they probably hate the Eagles right now.
Yeah.
So number 43, we are back up to bat. Now, where are we going to be looking here? This is a very deep wide receiver class, and I see a lot of Giants fans talking about that they need a wide receiver, this, that, and the other thing. I feel like they need a lot more than wide receivers to help them out. But what do you think we should go with at this pick?
Yes, so just falling value of Samuel Cosme is too good to pass up. Um, Yeah, you can go interior defensive line. I don't really think it's as needed. I think getting a guy like Samuel Cosme here is beautiful for them. Um, yeah, you kind of need more interior. But add Andrew Thomas. Geez, hold up. Add so you'd have what? Andrew Thomas. You'd have Lemieux.
Hockey player.
I guess on the right side you could kind of move out Fleming. Um, you have Matt Pert growing behind him. That's fine. But if you got to move Cosme to right guard or Matt Pert, who has kind of been the backup this year, if you got to move him to guard, that's fine too. I just think the falling value is way too good. You get a really, really good lineman here who's first round talent for me.
All right, so that makes a lot of sense. Then we build more of that offensive line so that Daniel Jones does not fumble the ball 7 million times.
Yeah.
So after that, we have selected a nice linebacker and an offensive tackle for the New York Football Giants. Now, how many picks do the Giants have in this draft? I feel like not a super big amount. The Jaguars are calling our cell phone. Not today, motherfuckers. We're back up in the third round at pick numero 75. Again, if you guys wanted to see who got picked, all you'd have to do is just pause the video because we're not going to go over every single pick, especially in like the third round. So now we are back up on the board. Now, it says our biggest team need right now is an edge rusher, but are any of these guys looking to be a guy that you like, or are you looking differently at edge? Because the only edges right now that are available are Victor Dumwikshit or Carlos Basham Jr.
Yeah. So there's your review. Um, let me actually look who's at the edge position. If there's like a guy I'd rather have a little bit later. Shaka Tony type.
Shaka.
Hopefully next round. Let me actually see before I make this pick. Just random team, just what our picks are. So we have the 112, 189, and 194. Okay. So
We have 4 picks left.
I'm kind of hoping he falls, but I do not mind Ronnie Perkins either. So let's get edge with the next pick. I think this pick is where you get a fun receiver. I think you're kind of running out of the fun ones. Um, Surratt, I
Surratt.
really like. Daz Newsome, I really like. Seth Williams is all right, but he drops a lot of balls. Yeah, he's kind of electric, but he's also untrustworthy, and you guys don't need an untrustworthy receiver. I know you like Surratt. I don't mind Daz, though. He's a, he's another slot guy. I don't know if that's really what they need.
How many slot guys could they possibly have?
Yeah, maybe you do go Surratt. Honestly, I wouldn't mind that. I know it looks like a reach. I really don't think it is. You need the position. I mean, you need corner too. Not really much here. Let me see. Say, I know you guys have a safety. I know that.
Richard LeCounte.
Okay, so here's the thought. Okay, I I know you really don't need a safety. I know you have Peppers. Um,
Pepper's not that good. We all know that. Come on.
Yeah, you got Logan Ryan too. Logan Ryan's pretty good. Um, but if you could move Logan Ryan or maybe even LeCount into a position where they're playing corner, I don't mind it at all. LeCount's more of the high safety, so I guess kind of what Logan Ryan's doing. Maybe move Logan Ryan as to a corner, and have LeCount. I think LeCount's a really really great player for you. I guess my pick would either be going him or a wide receiver.
All right. I think we should probably just go wide receiver to
Okay.
feed what the fans want. So again, you talked about Daz Newsome, but he's more of a slot guy. They already have Darius Slayton.
Yeah.
They already have Golden Tate who could play that.
Yeah,
They have
Seth
7 million
Williams
wide
is
receivers.
Seth Williams is a great outside receiver. If you're looking for an outside receiver, I wouldn't see an issue with that. Here's kind of his pros cons. Not really the fastest guy and has issues dropping the ball a lot. Sometimes doesn't make the plays he should, although he does make the fun plays, the plays you like to see in film. That's Seth Williams for you. I think if you want a true extra outside receiver, I think Seth Williams is the pick. Daz again, and just another slot guy. Sage Surratt would just be another fun pick for them.
All
Up to
right.
you.
Let's just go with the safe pick. Let's go with Seth Williams, considering
All
he
right.
would best well fit with this New York Football Giants team. So the Giants have 3 picks left in this draft, obviously, unless they move around and trade around, which is entirely possible because 7 million trades happen in the later rounds of the NFL draft, typically, at least based on what I can remember from the last couple of years. So now we got the Giants to a pretty nice spot here. I feel like the Giants don't really need any more on offense, at least unless we're talking about drafting another like fucking tackle or something or offensive lineman. So where do you think they should go here?
Oh, beautiful. He's still here. Shaka Tony's fantastic. He's so fun. Him and Ronnie Perkins. Ronnie Perkins, if you watch him in the Florida game, and yeah, I know Florida laid down. Florida did not play, did not show up for that game on purpose. So how much you take from that, I mean, whatever. But I really, really like Shaka Tony. He's just an athlete. He's just a difference maker. Edge and outside linebacker for him. I think that provides some value for you. You get him, you're getting that pressure that you need, and you're addressing now the top 3 needs, and you kind of spoil yourself by getting an offensive tackle who fell to you. I think this is the last thing they need to make a complete draft for them. Obviously, some other positions they could look at, but getting their edge rusher here in either Shaka Tony or Ronnie Perkins completes the draft for them. Um, I like going with Tony though.
All right, let's go with Mr. Tony. I find it hilarious how on the draft network it says they need a running back, like they don't have fucking 7 million behind one of the best running backs in the NFL.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. So next year, honestly, this draft right here, if they build correctly and they get the correct guys into this locker room, this could be the last year of Daniel Jones, or we could really see Daniel Jones make that big step up. Obviously, we're not going to draft a Daniel Jones replacement in this draft, but it'll be interesting to see how they play with a slightly better team under their second year of Joe Judge, who seems like a very good head coach. So I just wonder what's going to happen because if Daniel Jones fails again, I don't see any reason why that motherfucker will be the starting quarterback in 2022. What do you think?
Yeah, he can't fail this year. We're setting them up for a fantastic run here. All they have to do is run with it. Seriously, um, I guess there's 2 positions I want to look at. First, I want to look at corner. Um, I'm not impressed. So I want to actually go back to the wide receiver position. Listen, if we are saying right now that he has to be dynamic, Jones has to make this big step up to be good, you got to give him the help. He already has some solid receivers, I guess, some guys that have kind of grown, but go ahead and get him another one. Diami Brown is a very, very fun talent out of UNC. He's the fun guy, has the speed to vertically, not has the speed to push downfield, make plays deep. I love it. I think this is just a pretty good pick for them. You obviously get a safe X, a Y receiver for them with Seth Williams. Now you get
Mhm.
De'Ami Brown, who is just kind of more the speed guy. Um, Dynamic playmaker. Just add dynamic playmakers to them. Saquon comes back. There's no way you tell me with this line now that we've added just another piece to, and you tell me with now 2 receivers added, if we do go Diami, um, 2 receivers added to go along with the Slayton and company. You can't tell me that Daniel Jones doesn't have the help. At that point, you know what the issue is if
Yeah.
he does not succeed. So De'Ami Brown would be my pick.
All right, that's fine with me. He actually looked really good on tape when I was watching the quarterback whose name escapes me. If they don't get drafted this year, I'm
Howell.
never gonna remember the name. Howell, yeah. Howell looks really good. That receiver was also looking pretty good. So our final pick, I believe, right here of the
Yeah.
draft in round 6, pick 194. What position do you think we should look at here? Should we just draft more offensive linemen?
It's an interesting move. I mean,
I
I
mean,
wouldn't.
probably not, but I'm just saying, like, it just seems like the offensive line's always a problem for New York because Saquon
Yeah,
is so good and he just gets fucked.
I think what I want to do though is just get another edge rusher. I mean, the worst comes to worst, it just doesn't work out. Um, I guess with the value that we have here, honestly, all 3 of these top guys are very, very solid guys that I've looked at. Ali Gay, Jeremiah Moon, and Tyreek Smith. Um, I really don't mind either. I think they all have flaws. With Moon, I've
Built like
seen.
an NBA power forward.
Yeah, I mean, just look at that bio. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know a lot about the sixth round edge rushers. Um, but
He is
yeah,
on your
this guy,
team.
he's going to be a run stuffer and a strict edge. He can probably not bounce out very much. Probably benefit of the 4-3. Ali Gay here, kind of the same size build, actually heavier. Um, he can kind of play inside if you bulk him up a little bit more. I think that's kind of the pick. Again, this is a move of let's get pressure to the quarterback as well. You've got a division full of teams that have had or currently rely on really good up fronts. You guys can now have a good front. Ali Gay, I don't mind it. I think that's just an easy pick. Unless you want to go to another position, and that's totally fine too.
No, it's fine. We can just go with another edge rusher for the Giants. Their secondary seems pretty good. The line itself needs some help. But something interesting also is the fact that I just realized how old I am getting because these guys getting drafted are now just the same age as me, which is very weird to think about.
That's tough for
Even though
you.
that has nothing to do with football. I mean, it's really weird in hockey because the guy's like 17 years old playing in the NHL, and I'm just sitting here fucking talking to a microphone
Amen.
every day. So, it is what it is. So let's look at our team real quick because I don't think we have another pick, right?
We do not. I want to see. There it is. That's tough. 248. Um, yeah. So here's what we built. It's only 6 picks, which is unfortunate. I think there's a chance they do trade and collect up more picks.
Yeah, that's
This
normally what
is this is
happens.
what we're looking at.
All right, so we got at the 11th pick of the first round, JOK, linebacker out of Notre Dame. Number
UC Carolina.
43, we have Samuel Cosme, sorry if I pronounced it wrong, offensive tackle out of Texas. At 73, we went with Seth Williams, wide receiver out of Auburn. At 112, we got Shaka Tony out of Penn State, edge rusher. At 189, we went with Diami Brown, wide receiver out of the North Carolina University. And at 194, we went with Ali Gay out of LSU edge rusher. So we got that double edge and that double wide receiver here. So I really think this helped the Giants out a lot. Obviously, free agency changes everything when people add
Yeah.
other players to their roster, and then maybe a linebacker is no longer a need for the New York Football Giants, but or maybe wide receiver isn't. You never know. But as of right now, to me, this seems very, very good. Do you have anything else to add here before we skedaddle out of this draft?
Yeah, number one position I wanted to cover was edge. We did it twice. Yeah, a little later. You just hope one pans out.
Yeah.
The other position I really wanted to cover was wide receiver. We did that and linebacker as well as flirt with offensive line. One fell into our lap in the second round. And is it really the number one need for you guys? Not necessarily, but you have now built an offense that there can't be any more excuses with Daniel. I mean, I like the
Yeah.
kid; he's fun, but there's no longer any excuses. This has to be your guy, and if it doesn't work out, you got to find someone else to come into the system and do it for you.
Yeah.
Surround him with the best talents we can. Go out there and make plays.
Exactly. If Daniel Jones fails under this has to be his last year. I would think. Giants fans, let me know down below in the comments if you guys are supporters of the New York Football Giants. If you guys think that Daniel Jones gets another year after this, does he make it all the way till his fourth year in the NFL, which would be not next year but the year after that, or are they just done with him if he fails in the 2021 NFL season? Do you have anything else to add, Tyler? Or are we just getting out of here?
Yeah. So yes. Gosh, my mind blanked for a second. Dynasty draft guide will be coming out soon. You're seeing all this draft content fly on the channel. Hopefully, you're loving it. Hopefully, you're saying, "Hey, I want my team to come up." We'll go ahead and comment that down below.
Yes,
You can
sir.
also check out our draft guide. What will be included in that? A ton of fantasy relevant player write ups of all the rookies in this class. We're talking your Travis Etienne's all the way down to your Larry Roundtrees. Do you know who that is? You probably don't. You're going to need to look at him in the draft guide. Other things that we're including strategy articles. How do you draft in Dynasty? How do you draft in Keeper? How do you draft in Rookie? That is something you can learn in our guide. Other things include film. We got player cards. Everything's flying all over the place. You're going to want to be involved. Did you win this year? You're going to want to reinvest and win next year because there's nothing a
Yes, sir.
league hates more than a champion. Wait,
Twice.
there's nothing a league a league. Oh gosh, a league hates a
Bike to
champion, but
bike.
there's nothing a league hates more is a back-to-back champion.
Yes,
Get
sir.
your draft guide, dynasty draft guide coming out soon. Follow the channel for updates. Tyler Moss NFL. Always find updates with me. Big, big, big drop coming soon. You're gonna want to be a part of it. Reinvest, win your league, win the money, be hated by all because that's success. Being hated.
Exactly. Great success. So have a great rest of your guys' day. Go Giants. Even though we like the Dolphins, have a great rest of your guys' day. At Notorious7TSY on Twitter. Again, hit that subscribe button down below if you want more videos like this. Have a great rest of your guys' day. I love you all. As always, good boy.